guys, it's Kennedy, and for today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make a Mickey Mouse wreath. It is super cute and it combines two of my favorite things, Disney and Christmas, so it just made sense to me. All of the supplies I used are from the dollar store, and this whole project costed me right around $20 to make, which is pretty good. So if you guys want to see how I did it, then please keep on watching. So to start off, you'll need some garland, and quite a bit of it. My project used a total of almost 10 rolls of garland, and each roll is about 15 feet long. Some Christmas decorations, I have different sizes and colors, so there's a good variety. Some wire cutters and scissors. This is optional, but I used garden wire to secure the smaller pieces onto the main base, and I also used green duct tape. You'll also need a plastic laundry basket, but the only part we'll actually need is the handle on the top. And for the ears, I found these small plastic wreaths that are just covered in gold garland, so I'm going to take all of that off, but you can use any type of smaller circles that you find. So here I'm just taking all of that gold garland off of the hoop because I don't need any of that, and then this is what you're going to be left with. And I just did that to both of them, so now I have two hoops ready to use. And now we'll start working on our laundry basket. So with the basket upside down, you're going to want to cut along the bottom of those strips there because you only want the very top of the basket. So just be careful because it can be tough to cut the plastic, but you're just going to go along the whole thing until you have just the handle left. And try to cut as close as possible so you don't have any sharp pieces left over. So now that you have just the handle of the laundry basket, we are going to start assembling the Mickey Mouse head and just seeing exactly where you want to put the ears and everything. So for the basket handle, I keep the raised parts on the outside, and then I'm going to place the ears on the table and just see. You do not want to put them too close together because the garland is going to add some volume, so just keep that in mind, but you also don't want them too far apart. Now this is totally optional, but I took some garden wire and I wrapped it around the hoop of the laundry basket and the ear, and you could just use duct tape here to secure the two together, but just because of the circle that I was using for the ear, I felt like it just made it more secure, and I just liked doing this method. So once both ears were attached with wire, I went over them with a few pieces of duct tape. I just had green duct tape lying around. I figured that in case you saw any of it through the garland, it would match, but you could definitely use silver duct tape, just something to keep it nice and secure. You should then be left with something that looks like this. And now for the most time-consuming part, we'll start wrapping the garland. So I started underneath the left ear and I moved towards the right. To start, you kind of want to twist the end around the garland and then just continue moving forward, and make sure to wrap the garland as tight as possible so you use as little garland as possible, because this whole project uses a lot of garland. Once you run out of one of the rolls of garland, you're just going to take a brand new one and twist the two over top of each other, creating just a longer garland, and you can continue moving forward. Once you get to the ear, you want to get the garland as close to the base as possible, and then you're going to start going onto the ear itself, and you will cover up the gap where the duct tape is afterwards. You just have to make sure, especially if you have a hoop like mine for the ears, that you really push it down and wrap it really tight, because you go through a lot more garland on these ears, and it's a little trickier to do, but it also looks really good in the end, so it's all worth it. And once you finish the ear and you have to wrap back, you're going to want to take the garland behind the ear, so whichever is going to be the back, pull it as far across as possible, and then just wrap from the far end and come all the way back, and then just continue back onto the normal hoop. And once you get back to the other ear, you're going to do the same thing and cover the hoop first, and then cover the innermost part where the duct tape is last, and make sure you cover every last bit of that duct tape and hoop. You don't want any of that showing. And once your wreath is completely covered and you're back to your beginning point, you're going to kind of measure out enough so the wreath will end at the back, and then you're going to flip over your whole wreath, and it's going to be hard to see because it all looks the same, but you're going to basically tuck the piece in behind really tight, twisting it around the last loop to finish it all off. Now with your wreath done, it is time to decorate. So now for the fun part, you can choose to decorate this however you would like. I just used different like gold, silvers, and greens because I thought they were really pretty. You could even make a Minnie Mouse wreath and just put a giant bow, and that would look really cute. To glue on the ornaments, I just used hot glue, and no matter what glue you use, make sure you push it down for at least like 10 seconds so it sits in there properly and it's not going to fall off. To hang my wreath, I just used leftover garland, and I made a loop and just basically twisted it around the bottom to secure it, and then I twisted it at the top too so it would look nicer on a hook. And this is the final wreath. I am so happy with how it turned out. I just think it is so cute. But that is it for my video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it and if you're thinking of trying this out for yourself, then please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Owl, and he is one of my favorites from this whole collection. I just love his wings and just how massive his eyebrows are. I think they're really funny and he's just super cute.